Lakewood, Michigan freezes entirely in winter. Snow falls quietly, and the streets remain still. Eva Carter was living in that stillness. 16 years old, a sophomore in high school. It had been a year since her father passed away. A car accident. It was sudden. Her father was in an accident on his way home from work on Thursday evening and died at the hospital early Friday morning. After that, the house changed. Her mother, Melissa, spoke less. Silence flowed even when they sat at the table. Eva couldn't look into her mother's eyes. Her mother didn't look at Eva either. The two were in the same space, but lived in different worlds. Eva would close her door when she came home from school. She did homework, read books, and looked out the window. She watched the snow fall and spent time that way. She didn't respond to messages from friends. The heavy air inside the house pressed down on Eva's shoulders. One evening, Melissa spoke. "Eva, we're having a guest tonight." "A guest?" "Yes. There's someone I want to introduce you to." Eva looked up. Her mother's expression was different. She seemed nervous, perhaps excited. At 6 o'clock, the doorbell rang. The door opened and a man entered. He was tall with broad shoulders. He smiled and extended his hand. "Hi, Eva. I'm Rick. Rick Dawson. Hello." The handshake was brief, but his hand was warm, and the handshake lasted a bit long. Rick sat naturally in the living room, in the middle of the sofa. It was the spot where her father used to sit. Eva felt her chest tighten watching that. "Eva, you're in high school, right? What grade?" "Sophomore. Do you do well in school?" "Average. Haha, modest. Your mom says you're smart." Melissa sat next to Rick and smiled. It was a smile Eva hadn't seen from her mother in a long time. But somehow it felt uncomfortable. Dinner began. Rick talked continuously. About his work, hobbies, past stories. Melissa nodded and listened. Eva ate quietly. "Eva doesn't talk much, does she?" Rick asked. "I'm naturally quiet." "Really? I thought you'd be lively." Eva didn't answer. She cut her food with her fork, keeping her eyes down. After dinner, Rick helped with the dishes. She could see him laughing and talking with Melissa in the kitchen. Eva went up to her room. She sat on the bed and thought. It wasn't a bad thing that her mother met someone new. A year had passed. Her mother had the right to be happy. Eva knew that, but a corner of her heart felt uncomfortable. Rick's smile was excessive. His tone was too friendly. His attitude was too comfortable for someone meeting her for the first time. And that feeling during the handshake. The time he held her hand was a bit long. Eva looked out the window. Snow was falling again. The streets were covered in white. She suddenly thought of her father. Her father had been a quiet person. He didn't speak much, but he listened to Eva's stories until the end. He was there when things were hard. Just being there together without saying anything was enough. Rick was different. He talked too much, laughed too much, and tried to get close too quickly. Eva buried her face in her pillow. Maybe I'm just being sensitive. She tried to think that way. But a small warning sound was ringing in a corner of her heart. Quiet but clear. Night deepened. Laughter could still be heard from downstairs. Eva covered herself with the blanket and closed her eyes. Sleep didn't come easily. The next morning, Melissa spoke at the table. "Rick's a good person, isn't he?" Eva nodded. It was a lie. "Mom, I'm glad you look happy." That was sincere. Melissa took Eva's hand. It was warmth from her mother that she'd felt after a long time. "Thank you, Eva. I think we can start over now." Eva smiled, but the warning sound in her heart was still ringing. Rick came to the house 3 times a week. At first, he only came during dinner. Then he started coming on weekends. Now he stopped by even on weekday afternoons. Just came to see Melissa's face for a moment. Melissa was pleased. Her expression brightened. She started wearing makeup again. Eva was glad to see that. But Rick's behavior gradually changed. It was a Saturday afternoon. Melissa had gone grocery shopping. Eva was doing homework in her room. She heard the door opening. "Eva, are you home?" It was Rick's voice. Eva opened her door and stood at the top of the stairs. "Mom went to the supermarket." "Oh, really? I knew that. Melissa contacted me." Rick sat on the sofa. He picked up the remote and turned on the TV. Eva tried to go back to her room. "Eva, aren't you hungry? Should I order pizza?" "It's okay. I ate lunch." "Really? I need to order some." Eva closed the door. She sat at her desk and tried to solve math problems. She couldn't concentrate. About 30 minutes later, there was a knock. Eva, pizza's here. Let's eat together. No, I'm okay. Just one slice. It's pepperoni, your favorite. Eva opened the door. Rick was standing in the hallway. Standing too close. I'm really okay. Eva, let's get closer. For your mom's sake. At those words, Eva nodded. She went downstairs. The pizza was on the table. Eva picked up a slice. Rick sat across from her. How's school? Getting along with your friends? Yes, I'm getting along. Boyfriend? Eva looked up. No. Really? That's strange for someone so pretty. Eva didn't answer. She wanted to finish the pizza quickly. Eva, why are you like this with me? What did I do wrong? Nothing. It doesn't seem like nothing. You look uncomfortable every time you talk to me. It's not like that. Then what is it? Eva bit her lip. She didn't know what to say. I'm just naturally shy around people. Really? Then I understand. But we're like family now. Family. That word pressed heavily on Eva's chest. A few days later, Eva was writing in her diary in her room. The door opened without a knock. Eva, did you see my charger? Earlier Rick entered the room. Eva quickly closed her diary. I haven't seen it. That's strange. I definitely left it here. Rick looked around the room. He looked at the desk, looked beside the bed. He touched Eva's things. If you found it, please leave. Huh? Why? I'm just looking. You can't come into my room without permission. Rick laughed. A cold laugh. Hey, Eva, I'm your mom's boyfriend. I'm someone who comes and goes in this house. What's the problem? It's still my room. Your room? Whose house is this? Eva couldn't answer. Rick slowly approached. If you keep acting like this toward me, your mom will be sad. You know that, right? And then he left the room. Eva sat down on the bed. Her hands were shaking. The next day, Eva spoke to her mother. Mom, Rick comes into my room without permission. What? What do you mean? He comes in without knocking. He touches my things too. Melissa looked at Eva. Her expression hardened. Eva, what did Rick do wrong? He was looking for his charger, right? Still what? Eva, you seem to dislike Rick too much. Why? I don't dislike him, I'm just uncomfortable. Uncomfortable? What did Rick do and how? Eva couldn't continue. She couldn't explain specifically. It was just a feeling. His gaze, the distance, his tone. Everything made her uncomfortable. Are you trying to ruin things since Mom's been looking happier with Rick? No, Mom. Eva, you need to try too. We need your cooperation to rebuild our family. Melissa went into her room. Eva was left alone in the living room. Her chest felt tight. Tears came but she held them back. Her mother didn't believe her. No, she didn't want to believe her. Her mother smiled because Rick was there. To protect that smile, her mother ignored Eva's words. Eva looked out the window. Snow was still falling. Am I being too sensitive? Am I wrong? But the warning sound in her heart was getting louder. That night, Eva lay in bed looking at the ceiling. Rick's laughter, voice, and gaze circled in her head. This is just the beginning. Eva felt that way, and she thought about what she should do, who she should tell. But the answer didn't come easily. Eva had changed at school too. She sat alone during lunch. When friends talked to her, she answered briefly. During class, she stared blankly out the window. Eva, are you okay? Her classmate Sophia asked. Yeah, I'm okay. You've been acting strange lately. Is something wrong? No, I'm just tired. Sophia didn't ask further. Eva was grateful for that. But one person was different. Jason Miller, a friend who had been in the same class for 3 years. A quiet boy with good observation skills. One day after school, Jason approached Eva. Eva, can we talk for a moment? About what? Just about you. They sat on a bench behind the school. The snow-covered playground was visible. You're not yourself lately, Jason said quietly. What do you mean? Your expression is different. Since 3 weeks ago. Eva didn't answer. Is something going on at home? At those words, Eva's eyes became hot. The emotions she'd been holding back rose up. I don't know. What? Whether I'm being too sensitive or if something's really wrong. Jason waited until Eva would speak. Eva slowly told the story. Rick's appearance, her mother's change, him coming into her room. Her mother not believing her. Mom thinks I'm doing this because I dislike Rick. But I'm really scared. Nothing happened to you, right? No, not yet. But the feeling is Strange. His gaze is uncomfortable. He comes to the house too often. He gets too close. Jason nodded. Then you're right. About what? You're feeling. Has it ever been wrong? Eva bit her lip. But Mom, adults sometimes can't see. Because they don't want to. Jason's voice was calm. You're not alone, Eva. I'm here. Eva lowered her head. Tears fell. Thank you. You're welcome. But this isn't something to just let pass. We need to do something. What? How? First, keep a record. Every time Rick does something strange. Date, time, what happened. Why? Because you might need it later. Eva nodded. That night, she returned home. Rick was in the living room, sitting next to Melissa, watching TV. Eva, you're back? Did you eat dinner? Melissa asked. Yes, I ate at school. Okay, then go to your room and rest. Eva went up the stairs. She could feel Rick's gaze. She didn't look back. She entered her room and locked the door. She took out a new notebook from her desk drawer. She wrote the date on the first page. November 15th. Rick entered my room without knocking. Touched my things. November 18th. Came to the house alone when Mom wasn't there. Kept trying to talk to me. November 20th. Asked if I had a boyfriend during dinner. It was uncomfortable. As she wrote, her hands trembled. Writing it down made it clearer. This wasn't just a feeling. A few days later, the situation got worse. One evening, Eva had finished showering and came out. As she passed through the hallway, Rick was standing there. Oh, Eva. I was about to use the bathroom. I'm done. Eva tried to quickly go to her room. Rick stretched out his arm and placed it against the wall. He blocked Eva's way. Eva, why do you avoid me? I don't. No, you do. What did I do wrong? You didn't do anything. Please move. Let's talk properly. Rick's voice lowered. Eva stepped back. Eva, what are you doing? Melissa's voice came from downstairs. Rick smiled and lowered his arm. Oh, I was talking with Eva. Really? Eva, come down. Let's watch a movie together. No, I have homework to do. Eva, come down for a bit. Eva ran into her room. She locked the door and sat on the bed. Her heart was beating wildly. This is getting worse. She wrote in the notebook. November 27th. Blocked my way in the hallway. If Mom hadn't called. Eva closed the notebook. The next day, she told Jason. Yesterday, Rick blocked me in the hallway. Jason's expression hardened. Eva, this is serious. You need to tell a teacher. What can a teacher do? I don't have evidence. Then at least the counselor. Eva shook her head. Not yet. I'll watch a bit more. What if something big happens while you're watching? I know, but Mom looks so happy. If I say this, everything will fall apart. Jason sighed. Your safety is more important, Eva. I know, but Eva couldn't decide yet. On the way home, Eva thought. I'll endure a little more. I'll gather more evidence. Then Mom will believe me. But in a corner of her heart, she knew. Evidence wasn't the problem. Her mother didn't see what she didn't want to see. That night, Eva opened the notebook. And wrote on the last page. I am not alone. Jason is here. And I'm not wrong. Looking at that sentence, Eva could breathe a little. She still didn't know what to do. But knowing she wasn't alone now. That alone helped her endure a little. Outside the window, snow was still falling. Eva closed the notebook and lay on the bed. How can I get through this crisis? The answer wasn't visible yet. But she decided not to give up. December arrived. Eva recorded in her notebook every day. Rick's behavior, tone, gaze. She wrote everything down. Jason asked Eva every day. Was today okay? Yeah, it was quiet today. That's good. Tell me anytime. I'll help. Thanks, Jason. Those words gave Eva strength. It was a Friday night. Melissa said she had a company dinner. I'll be late. Have dinner on your own. Okay, Mom. Rick will take care of dinner for you. I asked him. Eva's heart sank. It's okay. I'll eat on my own. Eva, please be nice to Rick. I'm having a hard time because of you. Okay. Melissa left through the front door. Eva went up to her room. She locked the door and sat at her desk. She tried to do homework but couldn't concentrate. It became 6 o'clock. The doorbell rang. Eva didn't move. The doorbell rang again. Then she heard the door opening. Rick had a key. Eva, are you home? She didn't answer. She heard footsteps coming up the stairs. Eva felt her heart beating fast. A knock. Eva, it's me. Rick. Yes. Can you open the door? I brought dinner. It's okay. I don't want to eat. Eva, open the door. Let's talk. Eva didn't answer. She heard him turning the doorknob. It was locked. Eva, why did you lock the door? It's my room. Right, it's your room. But why won't you let me in? I have to do homework. Silence flowed. A long silence. Then Rick's voice came again. Low and slow. Eva, why are you like this to me? Eva didn't answer. I treat your mom so well. You know that. I know. Then why do you treat me like this? What did I do wrong? You didn't do anything. Liar. You hate me. You have from the beginning. Eva bit her lip. Rick, please leave. No. We need to finish this talk. The doorknob turned again. Harder. Open the door, Eva. No. Open it. His voice got louder. Eva stepped back. At that moment, Eva made a decision. She opened the window. Outside was cold. Snow was piled up. Eva jumped from the second-floor window. She landed on the snow. Her ankle hurt, but she endured it. She ran through the snow in bare feet. Jason's house was 2 blocks away. Eva ran. She was out of breath but didn't stop. She pressed Jason's doorbell. Multiple times. The door opened. It was Jason's mother. Eva? What's wrong? I'm sorry. Is Jason here? Oh my, you're not even wearing shoes. Come in, quickly. Jason came down. Seeing Eva, his face hardened. Eva, what happened? Rick. Eva couldn't continue and started crying. Jason's mother brought a blanket. She sat Eva on the sofa. Speak slowly, Eva. What happened? Eva told them in a trembling voice. What happened today and the things from the past few weeks. Jason's mother listened quietly, then said firmly, we need to call the police. But, Mom won't. You're more important than your mom, Eva. Jason held Eva's hand. We'll be with you. You're not alone. Eva nodded. Jason's mother made phone calls. To the police and to Melissa. 30 minutes later, a police car arrived. Eva told the police everything. She showed them the notebook too. You did well, Eva. Thank you for being brave. The female officer said, my colleagues are at your house now. To meet Rick. What about my mom? She'll be here soon. Don't worry. An hour later, Melissa arrived. Her face was pale. As soon as she saw Eva, she hugged her. I'm sorry, Eva. Really sorry. Melissa cried. I didn't see it. No, I didn't want to see it. I was so lonely. It's okay, Mom. It's not okay. You told me, but I didn't protect you. Eva cried too. It'll be okay now. We'll be okay. That night, Eva slept at Jason's house. Outside the window, snow was still falling. But now that snow wasn't scary. Eva covered herself with the blanket and closed her eyes. I did it. I used my voice. And for the first time, she fell asleep comfortably. From the next room, Jason spoke. Sleep well, Eva. You're really brave. Thanks, Jason. I'm so glad. You were here. You're welcome. I'm on your side. Always. Eva smiled. Even in the darkness, she could see a small hope. Tomorrow would be better. And Eva wasn't alone anymore. The police investigation continued for 2 days. Rick Dawson's past was revealed. He had received restraining orders twice in other states. He had a record of violence. He approached lonely women and entered their homes. Melissa was shocked. I really didn't know. He seemed so nice. The female officer said quietly. They're trained to seem that way. It's not your fault. But Melissa blamed herself. Rick was arrested. A restraining order was issued. Eva could return home. The first night, Eva stood in her room. Everything was the same. The desk, bed, window. But it felt different. Melissa knocked on the door. Can I come in? Yes, Mom. Melissa entered carefully. She sat at the end of the bed. Eva, I have so many things to apologize to you for. Eva sat next to her mother. You told me that you were uncomfortable, that you were scared. But I didn't listen. Melissa's voice trembled. Living without your dad was so hard. I was lonely and exhausted. When Rick appeared, I felt saved. So I ignored your words. I thought you were jealous. Mom, I'm sorry, Eva. Really sorry. Eva held her mother's hand. I know it was hard for you too, Mom. I was happy to see you smile. That's why it was harder to say something. But I should have protected you. I'm your mother. They sat in silence for a while. Mom, can we start over? Can we? It'll take time. But I think we can try. Melissa hugged Eva. It was warmth she'd felt after a long time. Thank you, Eva, for being brave. Thank you too, Mom. For believing me, even if it's now. A few days later, Eva returned to school. Jason was waiting. Eva, are you okay? Yeah, I'm okay. Really? That's good. I was really worried. Jason, if it weren't for you, It's okay. We're friends. Eva smiled. Thank you. Really. You're welcome. I'll be by your side from now on too. At lunch, Sophia and other friends also came over. Eva, how have you been? We were so worried. Sorry. For not being able to say anything. No. You're okay now, right? Yeah, I'm okay now. She ate with her friends. Laughter could be heard. Eva laughed too. It was real laughter after a long time. That evening, Eva took out her notebook. There were records from the past few weeks. Fear, anxiety, isolation. But now those were the past. Eva opened a new page. December 10th. Today I had breakfast with Mom. Mom made pancakes. We talked about Dad. We could talk without crying. December 11th. Jason asked me to have lunch together. All the friends gathered. It was comfortable. December 12th. Today I talked with the counselor. It was hard but helpful. I decided to keep meeting. While writing, Eva stopped. And wrote on the last page. I didn't stay silent. I used my voice. And people listened. I learned I'm not alone. Silence doesn't protect me. Courage protected me. A few days later, Melissa and Eva were sitting in the living room. Eva, how about we get counseling? Mother and daughter together. That sounds good, Mom. And, let's take it slow. No rushing. Yes, slowly. Melissa stroked Eva's hair. You're really strong. Much more than your mom. You're strong too, Mom. We're starting over now. Yes, let's start over together. Outside the window, snow was falling. Lakewood's winter was still cold and quiet. But now Eva's house was different. Warmth was gradually returning. Eva looked out the window. Snow covered everything, the traces of the past season. And when spring came, new things would grow. Eva believed that. Mom, I'm going outside for a bit. Where are you going? I promised to take a walk with Jason. Okay, be careful. Come back before dinner. Yes, Mom. Eva put on her coat and went outside. Cold air brushed her face. But it was refreshing. Jason was waiting at the corner. Eva, Jason. They walked side by side. Through snow-covered streets. Eva, you're really amazing. Why? Just because. You did it. I couldn't have done it alone. Because you were there. But you made the decision. You ran out and you spoke. Eva nodded. Yeah, that's right. I did it. She felt pride in those words. What do you think will happen from now on? Jason asked. I don't know, but I think it'll be okay. Mom and I are getting close again, and school is okay again. Then that's all that matters. Yeah, that's all that matters. They walked laughing. The sun was setting. The sky was colored orange. Eva looked up at the sky. Dad, I'm okay. I'm okay now, she said in her heart. The wind blew. Gently. Eva smiled. On the way home, Eva thought. There would still be hard days ahead. Scary moments would come. But now Eva knew. She didn't have to stay silent. She could ask for help. And her voice had power. She opened the front door. Warm air could be felt. Melissa was preparing dinner in the kitchen. Eva, you're back? Dinner will be ready soon. Yes, Mom. Should I help? Sure, thank you. They set the table together. While eating, they talked about school, about friends. There was laughter. It was an ordinary evening. But to Eva, it was special. This was happiness. That night, lying in bed, Eva looked at the ceiling. I won. I overcame my fear. She closed her eyes. Tomorrow would be a good day too. And the day after that. Eva fell asleep believing that.